that was a fun game. That was a heck of a college football game. We could probably talk about it a lot. We made a couple mistakes in the game, and they didn't. So they ended up, a point ahead in the end. But very, very proud of our guys. Come down and compete and played hard, buy in, practice hard, good culture. So it was a hell of a college football game. Sure would have liked to have completed that last pass, but sometimes in life things don't always go your way. But I told the team couldn't be any more proud of them. Came to the fight and stood tall, said, here I am, let's play. That's what we asked them to do. That's what they did. So as a coach, that's all you can ask. Guys to buy in, practice hard, and when it comes time to play. And so very excited about them standing toe-to-toe. Made a lot of plays. Fun game.
That situation, Mike, the decision to go for two, did you decide that like Tuesday, you know what I mean? Or was it the spur of the moment decision?
Well, I don't know that you can ever make that decision, but as the game was going back and forth, on the road, struggling, stopping them, probably the best thing. And I just, had a shot at it. We just didn't make a good throw.
Did you like? Most guys have a play going into a game, a 2-point play or a couple. Is that one of the plays you had? That
sure. We go into every game with two-point plays.
What'd you like about that one?
Well, we had man coverage. Had a guy on a flat route. We just didn't make a good throw. Had a shot, put the ball out front, and get a chance to go catch it.
Did Amendola's missed PAT at the beginning of the fourth quarter factor into the decision to go for two there at the end?
I'm not following you.
Matt Amendola missed a PAT at the beginning of the fourth quarter. Did that factor into your decision to go for two after the last score?
I'm still not. What do you mean?
Were you concerned about the mental state of your kicker?
Oh, no. Is that what you're asking me?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't. Oh, you talking about whether he could make it?
Yeah.
No, that wasn't a part. I would have liked for him to make the one earlier. Would have made for a hell of a finish. But no, I didn't catch what you were saying.
Mike, your defense actually played pretty good in that second half. I think they scored twice. What happened after halftime that you were able to slow them down?
We made a couple adjustments. They're big. They're good at their double pull play. One is fantastic. He's tough to deal with. There was times that we had him wrapped up and he would make plays here and there. We didn't start the game very good. If we'd have just played a little better earlier, it maybe would have been different. But I don't know. In a game like this with what was there, 86 and 77 and in special teams and all that, probably 200 plays. So we made a few adjustments, played a little better. They're good on offense. They average 9 yards a snap, I think. But they're good. They got a good team.
Mike, how much did losing Justice Hill affect your game plan on offense? I know you guys kind of went away from using two backs once you lost him.
It factors in some, yeah. I thought they did a great job of kind of rallying there to overcome that. But it took us out of – you would have to ask Mike 15, 20% of some stuff that we had planned in the game.
How do you feel about Chuba and the way he played when he came in?
I thought he did good. He ran hard, He put the ball on the ground. That's the thing that, we stress all the time is, ball security. And but, he's young. He's learning. And thought he ran hard and made some plays.
How did you feel about Taylor's performance today?
He played good, right? He was 34 of 53 for 500 yards. Played pretty good. Ran the ball effectively at times, on a couple scrambles and draws. Played really good.
When you score 48 points, it seems crazy to question the offense, but you actually talk about the fumble. You also had some drops from guys who don't usually drop the ball. So
we probably had more drops in this game than we have in the last 2 or 3 games put together. Yeah, I can't answer that why.
Is that a sign your offensive line played really well?
I thought they played the best game they played. Now, I haven't watched the tape and all that. We only rushed for 40 yards, but basically they were playing stop, run, and throw it. That's what they were playing, and so. But I thought we protected pretty well.
How big was it for you guys to be able to score before the half? to go out there and have that aggressive drive and be able to score.
Yeah, I mean, when you're playing them, I mean, you're going to have to score. And so that's why we came into the game. We weren't going to leave anything on the table. I didn't know we were going to get into an 86-play game with them. They played with a little more tempo than what they normally do, in my opinion. So that caused a lot more plays. But, I mean, we had plans to play fast and just roll the dice and let it roll and take a lot of chances, and it worked for us most of the game.
The inconsistencies with Amendola as of late, do you think it's a mental thing with him, or what have you seen out of him?
He's not been kicking good late, that's for sure. So we'll have to address that issue tomorrow and try to come up with the best solution. He's just not, he missed a couple against Texas that, really, in my opinion, pretty moderate kicks for this level. Baylor was a different deal. But, here we should have made those kicks. So we'll have to address that issue.
Can you just talk to the emotions for the team coming down, getting that final touchdown, earning the chance to win it with 2 points, kind of all on the line there?
Yeah, it's the awesome part of college football. Having the guys come back and fight and make plays, and we're driving down to. In a perfect world, before 30 fumbled, you're driving down to kind of use the clock and score and see if you can get them with their backs against the wall, where they have to press on the play calls they make. Because it's easier to call plays when the game's tied than it is if you're behind. So then we came back and went down the field and scored again. And so the guys, it's awesome to see them compete, and that's what I told them in the locker room. Guys prepared and played hard, and it just didn't come out. They made one more play than we did in the end.
Did everyone seem on board with that go for it all move?
What's that?
All the players seem on board with going for the win, going for 2?
Well, I'm the only guy that matters on that. I don't give what they think. They pay me to do that, and that way y'all can criticize me. But we had made the decision, probably 2 drives before. I'm not trying to belittle you. I'm just saying, if we let all them make decisions, hell, we'd be out there till the game was over.
Mike, pass coverage. How'd you feel like you played in pass coverage?
I'd have to look, but not bad. The issue you have is you can't contain him, and he buys so much time. He bounces around back there and buys so much time that you really have to assess it on, okay, I covered for 3.5 seconds. Was I in decent position and in the right spot? But when you get up around 6 seconds, it's pretty tough to cover. So he just makes a lot of things happen. He's faster live than he is on TV. And he buys so much time that we would have to look and see. But we stressed this week to stay in coverage and not come off coverage and things like that, and I thought they did okay.
It looked like you got quite a bit of pressure on him because you were playing pretty good coverage. I mean, he was...
You're right. Not bad. More than I thought we could get on him. But, in the first half, we had it on him several times and couldn't get a hold of him. Been nice to get a hold of him a couple times in the first half, but we couldn't get a hold of him.
The coverage you played, did it come at a cost to the run game? Because they ran it awfully well. I mean, I think that's 300 yards.
Well, we're playing off. I mean, we're playing a little bit different, had a little different thought process, and there's give and take. And so we had to give some up and then try to rally back. But what you're saying is correct.
So did the Dana decision last week at Texas, Mike, did that influence or inspire you at all on that last, or did it just kind of reinforce that that's the right thing to do on the road in that situation?
Most of the time, they're good on offense, so and you're on the road and you have a chance to say, okay, I need to get 3 yards, and then you put it in your hands. I mean, that's what we do. I mean, we'll put it in our hands. We're not going to let somebody else make that decision. So I thought Dana's call was a good call, both of them, but that's not didn't have anything to do with this. I mean, you just got to weigh the options of who you're playing and what's the situation, and then you roll with it.
Apparently, I heard this upstairs, haven't verified it, but apparently Cornelius threw for more yards than any OSU quarterback ever in this game.
Well, I mean, it's 500. I don't know what that if that's a record or whatever.
Is it?
Mason said it last year.
Okay. I mean, it's just like your team has had this roller coaster with penalties one week and focus the next. You know what I mean? I mean, today it all came together for you, didn't it? Like you say,
Yeah.
you came up 3 yards or a point short or whatever.
They, you know, it's an interesting concept. Some of the ways we play, and then the way you play today. So, I don't even. I mean, they're like 5th in the country or something, aren't they? OU right now, 6th, whatever. I mean, it's all the same. So, you know, you play on the road and play the 6th team in the country, 6th ranked team in the country, and you lose at the end by 1 point. So you're not that far off. But you're a pretty average team when you make a lot of mistakes like we have in 2 or 3 games this year.
What do you attribute that to in terms of, it seems like you played your 3 best games against the 3 ranked teams that you played. Is that just a matter of getting up for a big game?
I mean, if I knew, I'd fix it. You know, and I've said that all year. I mean, everybody wants answers. I don't know. I just know that, like I said in the opening statement, they competed. That's what we asked them to do. That's what they did. But why they're doing that, I don't have an answer for you. I wish I did.
Mike, you guys were 3 for 3 scoring touchdowns when you sort of went to that heavy I formation inside 2 yards. Was there any thought about going for that for 2, or is that a spot where you stick to the plays you went in with?
You know, it's a good thought. It crossed our mind. We had done it, what was it, 3 or 4 times already? So you would hate to come up like this far short, you know. But that did cross our mind. We've ran that package the last couple of weeks is to tribute to Les Miles, so he'd watch us play more. He loves that play, so we put it in and coached it up. And guys did a nice job on it.
Is it giving away state secrets to tell us the name of the play you did run?
Which one?
The 2-point play you did.
You know, Mike will tell you he doesn't care. I don't think. I can't remember. I don't know what there was a different term for it. It was a 2-point play, so I don't know the term, but Mike will tell you of what the actual word that they called it. It didn't really fit in our normal terminology because of what it was.
Talked about Cornelius's numbers and the record, but what did you like just about what you saw about how he competed? He had a lot of big 3rd down pickups and just seemed to keep you guys in the game.
Yeah, he's coming around. You know, he's played in 10 games now, and he gets better every game, and he's gaining valuable experience, and that's what happens when you play that position. And so, coming around, getting a little better each week. He's competed from day one. I mean, he's tough. He plays hard, and he's calm. He doesn't panic. He makes mistakes. They all do. All of them do. But I'm proud of him, just like I am everybody on the team, coming out and fighting and playing the game as hard as they could.
Tyler Wallace now against OU Texas, 20 catches for about 450 yards. So you say, and you're right, that he's really just getting his career started. But do you feel comfortable with maybe viewing him as one of the better gamers you've ever had?
You know, he played good today, but he had either 3 or 4 legitimate drops today, which is unlike him. So that's where, you know, I'm always a little bit hesitant to say that he's at the level of the other guys that were here. He's got to learn to continue, but he had a great attitude. You know, when he made a mistake, he didn't show any frustration, any emotion. He went back and played the next play, and so I was proud of him for that. But as he matures, he'll fin through that.
Well, but a lot of guys, if they're targeted on a do-or-die play like that down there on the touchdown, they might puke all over themselves. This guy,
he's not going to do that.
Well, this guy made a play and got hit in the
No,
back.
you're right. What you're saying is right. And some athletes get nervous in those situations, but that's not going to bother him.
Mike, you want a million reasons you want to win this game. So I'm not trying to point anybody out, but part of the frustration of losing is because what it would have meant to somebody like Cornelius, come out and play like this. Guys never got to play, finally gets to play. Caught a lot of heat. You caught heat for playing him, and what it would have meant if he makes that last pass and you guys win today?
I mean, yeah, I mean, I could just sit here and say yes, but we have to give credit where credit's due. And this is what I told them. There's basically a 200-play game. They made one play at the end. Now, I know that we're supposed to end up with more points on the board when the clock expires than they are, but I would just be hesitant to take anything away from anything that our guys did, including him. I mean, I just, wins and losses are important, but I can't take anything away from him. It was a hell of a college football game. Kid competed and played hard.
What do you take from this going forward, even in a loss?
I mean, the same thing. Every week it's that way for us. Last week we played undisciplined and lack of focus and so on and so forth, and we had to come back to work on Sunday night and regroup, and everybody had to be a big boy and say, okay, own up to what you did wrong and try to correct the mistakes that we made last week. And they did a good job with that. You're not ever going to fix, I don't have the answers to fix everything in 1 week, but they played a lot more disciplined. They were focused, considerably less mental errors, in my opinion, without watching tape. And that's what we asked them to do. So I told them in there in the locker room, I said, look, here's the deal, guys. I need everybody back tomorrow night. When we get them together, we got to go back to work. You're going to get to play another top 10 team. And, if you think about this any more than after midnight tonight, then you're going to be disruptive in your preparation to play another good football team. That's just the way it is.